Change begins from within. As easy as it is to look outside of ourselves and want the world to change, the truth is, it never will if we remain the same. This podcast was created for changemakers like you who want more love and connection in your community. Today, you are going to hear stories that will inspire you and also challenge you to be the change. We are going to go deep, my friend. So take a deep breath and settle in. My name is Emilia Tamburini. Welcome to the Circle of Change. Hi, friend. Happy October to you. It is a beautiful fall day here as I record this quick episode for you. I've been spending the last week preparing for a talk I'm giving on diversity and inclusion. And today I want to share with you a few insights that have struck me about this conversation and also this world that we live in that keeps us so closed off to the beauty of diversity, the beauty of a world where everybody belongs. I really hope that this circle puts a smile on your face and wonder in your heart and curiosity in your mind to keep doing the important work required to heal the separateness in our world today. Thank you so much for being here. Let us settle in. I love this moment in our circle that we get to presence ourselves in this very moment. It is a rare thing to be so attuned to the moment that we are actually living in. It's such a gift. It's a gift for me. I hope you also feel it is a gift. So if you want to take a few deep breaths here in this space, I'm going to read a poem by Remy. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames. I'll read that again. Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. Set your life on fire. Seek those who fan your flames. Thanks, Remy. So this talk I'm giving is to small business owners, and the theme is, why is diversity and inclusion good for your small business? I have spent a lot of time pondering where to take such a large topic in 20 minutes. And where I landed was to use this time to plant seeds that will help people to shed fear around this topic and step in with great curiosity and excitement. It's really hard for dominant cultures to see all the different nooks and crannies that exclusion hangs out in, and how today we still live in and continue to create a world that caters to a dominant culture. But it's the work that we must do. The way through this work and into it is to firstly acknowledge the truth of the matter by opening ourselves up to hearing and seeing the world through the different lenses that exist. Now, that takes a lot of effort because we still have structures and systems and media and laws that prevent us or discourage us from seeing the world more broadly. So it really is a decision that one must make based on your own why. For me, this way of being has always been at the forefront of my life, maybe because my familial history and my ancestral lineages, and for reasons that only God knows, that I am deeply attuned to the conversations and the life experiences that are not present in a room that really need to be present. I was that one teenager in my all-white high school in a really rural town that walked around with a black fist around my neck and a Malcolm X t-shirt on. Having that conversation with anybody who would dare to listen to my ranting. I've become much more skilled at those conversations, but it's still essentially what I do today. So for me, it feels like there's no choice but to be engaged in this work, even though I'm very clear that I am choosing it every single day. So if you haven't thought of your own why, like why are you a change maker? Why are you passionate about reconciliation or diversity and inclusion? Take a moment now or at the end of this episode to think about it for yourself. Why does this work matter to you? What helps me in this journey is to stay rooted in deep curiosity of humanity and human well-being and how it is that we heal individually and collectively. I know that that's what I'm here to contribute to in this lifetime. That curiosity, though, is key because what it does is it keeps me in a place of always questioning, what is the truth? What is the truth? Now, it's really hard to know what the truth is if you're using things like the news to tell you. So that's not the kind of truth I'm talking about. Those truths are man-made, and they will always be full of falsehoods because so far we are creating media from that place of unhealed trauma, where at the center is still the individual and concepts like more is better and we must protect ourselves at all costs. I was inspired at a recent collective trauma summit I went to learn that there's actually this huge wave of interest in trauma-informed media and journalism. That excites me so much because of the powerful force that media is in shaping our worldviews and perspectives. These false truths are so insidious. And this is the example that I want to leave you with today. So humans around the world are obsessed with sunsets and sunrises, right? They're amazing. I love sunsets and sunrises. And where I live here, I get to experience them with the mountains and the ocean and the backdrop. It's truly, truly breathtaking. Sunsets and sunrises are ingrained in our culture. We plan events around them and we have apps to tell us when they're happening. But let's take a step back and really consider the languaging and the impact that has on keeping us separate, on keeping these non-truths alive. We say sunset and sunrise. There is an instinctive feeling and just an experience that we have in our bodies of this sun rising in the east and going up around us and setting in the west. In this model of reality, the individual, the town, planet Earth is the center of the universe. But in reality, none of that is true. In reality, when we go to the beach and take in this beautiful moment, we are watching the planet turn. We are watching Earth spin. Now think about what that would be like if we took that in every single time we went to see a sunrise and a sunset, that we stopped and we remembered that we are actually watching a planet turn. It's a totally different experience because now suddenly we are connected to what is real, that we are a very, very, very small part of a very, very, very large solar system, and that nothing is revolving around us, that we are in fact revolving around the sun and doing so in conjunction with so many other planets amongst many stars. To me, this is the essence of diversity and inclusion work. It's about us remembering that we are part of an ecosystem, and ecosystems require diversity to thrive. They also require us to acknowledge that part of the brilliance of ecosystems is the ability to communicate and interact with other beings and other humans and other life forms in synchronistic ways. But by staying separate and myopic in our world, we are actually killing the ecosystem. And of course, we are seeing that very literally with climate change. So every time you think about climate change, experience it in that way and use it to encourage yourself to look at your life through that lens of how much diversity am I letting in? In what ways am I interacting with different perspectives, different life experiences, different frames of reference? And if you're going to the polls this month, if you have elections like we do here, are you voting to ensure that the municipal councils are all made up of the same perspective? Or are you allowing for the magic that can result in bringing different life experiences to the table? Now, I could do a whole other episode on how councils and those structures are very much still rooted in colonization and fear-based policies and ways of being, and they really aren't set up to deal with diversity in a healthy way. That's another conversation. Okay. So today, be in awe, find the ways to remember that you are part of a large, beautiful ecosystem, and celebrate the unique qualities that you are here to provide in that space, just like others are here to do the same. Thank you so much for being here. We, of course, are loving the support that we're getting, and we'll take more of it through the Circle of Change support program. You could find out more about that at humconsulting.ca/donate. And please remember to leave us a review and rate this podcast, because that helps us to get the word out and have more people join in on this conversation in this circle. Thank you so much, Changemaker. I love you. Have a beautiful day. I'm now passing the talking piece to you. If you feel called to put your voice in the circle, please head to humconsulting.ca/podcast and share your story there. I cannot wait to hear what has come up for you as you have listened to what has been shared here today. I wish you love and joy beyond your wildest imagination. Thank you so much for being here in the Circle of Change. I also want to express my gratitude to the following peeps. Circle of Change is recorded on the ʷəŋən territories, and I am so grateful to live on this land. Our opening and closing music was created by the talented E-Roll Beats. You can find his creations at erollbeats.com. And special thanks to my coach, Mary Chan of Organized Sound Productions, for bringing this podcast to life. Until next time, ciao.